गाइस सुबह उठने के बाद ही देखा मैंने कि फ्यूचर फाइट का न्यू अपडेट का लाइव स्ट्रीम आया है। तो चलो गाइस शुरू करते हैं।
To the Marvel Future Fight V600 stream,
Kim.
V610 update stream, version 620 update
क्या हुआ
stream.
है?
I am your host, Kim, and as
Kiss
always,
कहाँ
I'm
पे
very
है?
happy to be here with you. I am coming to you from my own living room,
Yeah, we
which
know
is
that.
not how we usually do it, but we are living in unusual times, unprecedented times.
That's right.
And we are all trying our best. We are trying our best to work hard, to stay safe, and to have fun. And speaking of fun, it's my
Where
friend
is
Cage here.
Yeah.
My friend and yours, Cage is here.
Yeah,
What's up, buddy?
रिफ्लेक्ट
How's it
दिखा रहा है।
going?
Kids
Greetings,
का क्या
Agents.
हुआ
Certainly
क्या?
happy to see friendly faces again.
Please, यार kids का कुछ
Also
नहीं
nice
होना
to see you as well,
चाहिए।
Kim.
No.
Of course, like I said, certainly nice to be with other
Don't
people.
you get
I'm not a
corona.
friendly face.
Don't.
Yeah, the jury's still out on that, but
Oh, Cage. I missed you, buddy.
Me too, man.
Oh, it
Hey,
worked.
Blackbeard
I didn't think it would work,
Santa.
but I'm glad it did.
Blackbeard Santa.
I'm Galaxy Defender.
Cosmic Cage.
A suave classic Cage. Oh God.
Fisto.
So I believe you're
looking freaking
transitioning
dumb.
into another, what was it, in the comics?
Comic.
Okay, so we are talking about the comic basis for this update. Dawn of X is the basis of all the uniforms.
Rogue.
Yeah, let's do it.
all right.
Let's do it.
So with that explosion,
Immortal Hulk.
That's right, Hulk will be given TP with this update.
It's Humans versus X-Men, and one is Earth X.
The Mighty Queen demonstrates her power with this newly added Awaken skill.
Whoa!
So what, man? New updates तो देखा ले यार.
What's up, guys? We're back for another challenge run. That sound good?
I'm ready. I'm working out.
Justin, Noah.
Get that whistle
तुम लोग
out
कहाँ
of here.
गए?
Doctor Strange Damnation from 2018 by Nick Spencer
Timon
and
को तो
Donny
आज-
Cates.
आजकल दिखाई नहीं देता.
So for the V640 update, the Lord of Chaos has now been granted the badge of T3.
All right.
Let's take a look.
मामा.
Whoa. Where are we jumping off of?
कल
Right
मैंने
after the
डोरमामू को लेके
aftermath
स्टेज
of Infinity Wars.
या 3 नानती
Right.
किया.
So like you said, this one's called Guardians
Thanos
United,
ने
and he's summoning
डोरमामू,
all of his trusty allies to aid in this
Captain
attack
America,
while he does sweet
Iron
dance
Man या
moves
फिर कोई होगा.
across the battlefield.
Hal. Odin. Valkyrie. Valkyrie. तो मतलब नहीं क्या हालत है?
All right, everyone. Take care, and we will see you next time. Till next
Not
time,
next
agents.
time, man.
Till next time, agents.
यार ये क्या
Until
लास्ट
next
अपडेट
time,
है
agents.
या फिर
Bye-bye.
पता नहीं क्या
And till next time.
कि
Bye-bye.
पिछले ईयर का रिप्ले कर रहा है क्या पता नहीं. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Welcome
Crazy
to
Cage.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V700 stream. That is right. This is the 6-year anniversary for Marvel Future Fight, and we have a lot to celebrate. And
5.5
today,
year मैं
I was
खेल रहा
just
हूँ गेम को.
enjoying the
लगभग
highlight
नहीं
reel
5.5 year
of
ना.
the streams that
5
we've been
year
working on
के
over the
आसपास
past
ऐसा
year,
कुछ 6
and that
5
was a lot
year
of fun
5.5
to think
year
about
ऐसा कुछ
and
खेल रहा
reminisce
हूँ.
about. And I know some of you saw in your respective platforms where you're watching this very live stream some questions posed to you, but I'm just gonna verbalize them again, and you can please leave your comments in the chat where you
Okay.
see fit.
No,
So if you,
maybe.
for
I don't
instance,
know.
I'm just going to go over the 3 questions that we already should have posted, which were what was
When-
your favorite update, an update teaser?
No man, that's not my
that,
favorite
over
question.
the past year.
My favorite
do
question
think
is
sneak peek
when you
team is
guys
just
upgrade the timeline
amazing.
battle.
So it's
When?
hard for me to pick which one.
Literally.
We also have
6 years.
what is your favorite
man.
character
6 years go
added
by
over
and
the past
you
year?
guys
And
didn't.
lastly, which
didn't.
character got your favorite uniform and T3
बस एक टाइम
over the past year?
एक
Let us know your thoughts in the
लैंडस्केप
chat,
चेंज
and
कर
we'll
देने
get
से
back to that
अपडेट नहीं हो जाता.
very
ठीक है.
soon, but we have a lot
Timeline
of
battle,
things to go
timeline
over
battle.
because,
Fix
as I
it.
mentioned, this is the 6-year anniversary for Marvel Future Fight, which is huge, by the way, and in no small part thanks to those
Happy
of you
birthday,
who are
Future Fight.
playing
Happy
and watching
birthday.
right now. So thank you so much for being such a big part of that. We have a lot going on today.
Yeah.
First, starting off the
What's
top,
going
we
on?
have a new character coming to the game. I
Okay.
say new, but you may remember his face. It is
Me-
the King of Hell himself,
What
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Someone we're all
There you
familiar
go.
with.
There you go.
We also
Native
have
tier 3.
uniforms coming for Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Professor X. We will be getting into that very soon, along with some other updates that are coming to the game. I do want to reintroduce you to survey rewards. There will be a survey at the end of this live stream, and you can get the link for that by refreshing the page where you are watching this video. It will be added to the description. So you are going to have to refresh to get that link available to you. Please follow it and enter your player information so we can be sure to get the rewards to the right account, and you should be able to claim that in game. There are a lot of other fun ways for you to claim rewards, including the pre-register event. You can register your email address on
We
the event
already
page
did.
and receive rewards on
Please,
April
go back
30th.
to the update.
April 30th is, of course, the exact anniversary
लेकिन
day
ये भी हमको
for
कहना
Marvel
पड़ेगा,
Future
ठीक है,
Fight.
कोई बात नहीं.
There's also a coupon event you may have seen on our social media. You can enter a coupon code, and that is
100 biometrics
ready
only,
for MFF
not 100
6 year.
crystal.
And the 6 is a number 6, while the rest of the words are words, and they're spelled out. And you can receive
Send
rewards
us
that way.
crystal,
iOS
not
users
100
can also receive
biometrics. We
rewards
don't need
through the
biometrics. We
announcement
have
on
plenty
the
of
forum.
this.
There will
We need
also be,
crystals.
well, you know, it's all relative, a check-in event. Check in the game every day and get
Yeah.
rewards. There are still many rewards left, so be sure to log on and make sure you pick them all up as much as you can. Okay, I'm almost out of breath because of all this stuff that we have to go over today. So let's get it started. Let's take a look at this quick overview of what you can expect in V700.
Okay, let's get started. Professor X. Okay. Mr. Fantastic. Ooh. Mephisto, what the hell is happening?
Wow, it's a lot to take in. Just looking back at both the sizzle reel or the highlight reel from the past streams we've been in addition to just the sheer insanity, which is this update in itself. All that to say, hi everybody, certainly glad to be back and here to be with you during the 6-year anniversary live stream for Marvel Future Fight. Hello again, everybody, and of course, hello to you, Kim.
Hi, Cage. Welcome. It's good to see you as always, and to have you here to talk about all the stuff that's coming that everyone can look forward to.
Yes, it's certainly a lot. As you mentioned, it's easy to get out of breath with all the content we have to show. And of course, there are several things in there you probably have seen that weren't even in the initial teasers initially. So with all that to say, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we're going to show, we're going to go ahead and jump to the game cam, is those of you who mentioned in actually the Marvel Future Fight forum, is actually a change to the UI itself. So of course, as you see here, we have the maker taking up a good portion of the screen here. But of course, there are several different changes with the UI. The point of the anniversary, not point of anniversary, but one of the things we wanted to do in the anniversary, the team wanted to make sure everything was a little bit more comfortable and easy, a little more easy on the eyes. So we definitely want you guys to just take a look around. Again, we won't go into too much. We want you to be able to explore many of this yourself. But some things you can just see how, again, the store, team, and inventory is on the right side of the screen. We'll take a look at just the team menu here again. Things just look very different, very changed. Again, we have, of course, we have the 3 characters which we'll be going over later. We go back to the home screen. There's Professor X. You can see the inventory is on the left, instantly right there on the screen as well. So you guys can go ahead and take a look. Like I said, we're not going to go into
Inventory
everything right now.
इन
We
लोगों
want
ने
you
अपडेट
guys to
किया
be
कि
able to
नहीं, या
have
फिर
fun
ये
exploring
पहले
on
की
your
तरह
own.
ही है,
So
बार बार फुल हो
you
जाता
guys
है और
can look
जाके
forward to
डिलीट
that.
करने पड़ेगा.
So we look forward to seeing what your feedback is regarding
ओके,
the
कस्टम
new
गियर
line
आए, सो ये
change.
सब पास है अभी.
Fantastic. It does look a lot sleeker. And I do want to point out to everyone, just take this opportunity right now to say that the stream build may differ from the live build, so numbers and details may change to the final version.
That's correct. So of course, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the new uniforms. Again, much to go over. As you can see, we have the 3 new uniforms coming so far. We have the Maker, we have Superior Iron Man, and we have Professor X in his classic wheelchair. I can't really call it a wheelchair.
That's not
though, can I?
really, yes, hoverboard,
There's no wheels,
kind of
so
hoverboard.
No, there's not.
technically that's not
Not
correct.
hoverboard,
It's a cool
but
chair, though.
yeah,
Yes.
So
yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look, starting with Reed Richards, the Maker. Kim, what can you tell us so far about this look?
Well, he is, as you sometimes called the Maker, sometimes Ultimate Reed Richards. He is the Ultimate Marvel Universe's version of Mr. Fantastic. And we are more familiar
But he
with
looking
Earth
cool,
616, Mr. Fantastic. This version of him is what he could have been had he applied his superior intellect to malice and evil.
Evil.
Yeah, so of course, with that said, Reed Richards is actually listed as a supervillain with this
Doofenshmirtz
uniform, so you can look forward to that.
Incorporated.
So with this update,
Dr.
with this
Doofenshmirtz.
uniform, there are some changes to his passive skills. For example, 2 changes that come to his passive skills are for
Okay.
his
Tier
shock
2?
absorption and his elastic skin. For example, for his
sure.
elastic skin, in addition to his default effects, his skill and bonus damage actually get a good increase. In addition to that, his shock absorption T2 skill actually gets, instead of 30% damage to physical attacks, it's actually been changed to be able to have resistance to all damage. So there are some benefits you can look
Okay,
forward
that's
to for his
good.
passive
But
skills.
resistance से
those
कोई
are passive. Let's
फर्क
move on
नहीं
to
पड़ेगा,
seeing his
क्योंकि
skills in
रेजिस्टेंस
action.
हमें नहीं चाहिए भाई. कहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस यूज करें? शैडोलैंड पे.
All right.
शैडोलैंड पे.
Alright, the Maker is all set to go. Couple basic attacks.
रेजिस्टेंस नहीं चाहिए.
Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at his first skill. This is the expanded hammer fist.
रेजिस्टेंस के लिए क्लॉसेस है तो.
All right. I get why they call it that.
Pretty basic. It's a stunning attack. He just kind of does a lariat and just kind of moves towards the opponent.
बेसिक.
Next up is the elastic net.
फास्ट जो पहले स्किल था
Wow.
उसका ही थोड़ा
You move over to these guys over here.
अपग्रेड किया है. कुछ नहीं अपग्रेड किया है, थोड़ा
Like he
look
kind of extends
upgrade
his
किया है.
finger and just kind of lacerates his opponents. As you can see, it causes a little bit of bleed damage.
There's something scary about that.
Really?
I don't know. Nice details there.
This is the third skill now. This is referred to as the rubber cannon. I had to take a few look at this because it's a little bit confusing of visually what it is he does. So at first he jumps in the air, just kind
And then
of
punch.
barrages the enemy with his fists. And if you can look at it one more
then
time, it looks
punch
like he
again.
extends his neck and then just kind of, headbutts his opponent. So take a look at this. Bam!
Bam.
That's referred to as the rubber cannon. So I guess the cannon part is just part of just the way he just takes his head and just launches it directly at his opponent.
सांप की तरह.
So this is skill 4. I'm actually going to go ahead and
Oh,
redo this
shit,
because the
what the
enemies aren't
heck?
really in
Dr.
focus on that. Let
Octopus.
me reset that. This
Dr.
is his fourth
Octopus.
skill. This is the Mad Bombardment.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is a binding. Let me try it one more time again. Get it from this angle. This is a bind attack that kind of snares the enemy. And this will also increase your overall attack and your speed.
ठीक है, लेकिन उतना अच्छा नहीं है.
Like one more
पता
time.
नहीं, अभी गेम में पता चलेगा. ठीक है, ये
some
मुझे नहीं
cannons
लगता
going.
है कि उतना.
Evil about this.
Fourth
First,
skill.
yeah, good job.
Okay.
Next is the fifth skill. This is the Sphere of
Oh
Insanity.
shit.
Oh, I get
Shit.
it.
There you go.
It just kind
There
of
you
rolls over the
go.
opponent. Let's go ahead and
There
do
you
this one more
go.
time. Surrounds the enemy.
Okay,
Goes,
oh,
rolls him
shit.
over.
Wow.
And
Oh.
just messes him up.
Damn.
One more time again. This is another
That's
binding
a
attack.
cool looking skill.
And this
Okay.
actually ignores a good percentage of your enemy's
Shit.
overall dodge rate, in addition to actually
Solid
just
fifth. Solid
penetrating
fifth.
their overall defenses. This is the fourth.
Tier
skill.
3 चेंज किया इन लोगों ने क्या? या फिर
Yeah.
पुराना
And of
वाला
course,
किया
the
फिर ये?
developers are very kind enough to actually provide us some notes. So I'm actually going to read literally from what they wrote. They say, after using skill 4, which is the Mad Bombardment, after using skill 4, you can continue to attack even if you link it with another skill. So it is recommended to use skill 4 first to obtain that buff, and then follow it up with a powerful
Okay,
skill such
cancelable
as
skill है
skill 5.
फिर
Let's go
ठीक है.
test that out. we're gonna start with
So
skill
the
number
rotation
4,
is just
Mad
4
Bombardment, to
or
get that
5.
buff.
Okay.
Then
कहाँ change हुआ?
Wow,
There you
that's
go.
Cancel
overwhelming.
वाला तो नहीं
So
है.
we're sure many of you guys playing might have some your own skills and different rotations of your own. So we look forward to checking that out in the comments.
Physical
And just
attack
because we
का
can, we have a
cancel नहीं
T3 rolled
होता
up. Let's
skill.
just see how T3 looks in with this uniform.
Cool.
Okay, पुराना वाला ही है. सिर्फ हाथ का जो जिक्स है वो थोड़ा change हुआ है.
All right, and there you have it. Once again, for those of you
Cosmic
taking
gloves
notes from the
type
developers, they say they recommended skill rotation is to open up with skill 4, get that buff, and then follow it up with skill 5 to get that good damage. And that does it for the Maker.
All right, thanks, Cage. Let's move on to our next uniform.
That's right.
Which is
Next uniform on our
Iron
list
Man.
is everyone, or not, oh, depends on who you ask. My personal favorite, we have the Superior Iron Man. Kim, what can you tell us about this look?
He's
Well,
looking
very
like
much like the
android.
Maker being a villainous version of Mr. Fantastic, Superior Iron Man is a villainous version of Tony Stark. And
ये
he does
खड़ा
have
है
a
या
titular
फिर
comic
float कर रहा
series.
है.
He has the darkest possible qualities that Tony Stark had or has merged into a single being.
All right, awesome. So again, with
Like
this skill,
realizing a dark potential.
Dark.
oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So for this skill, not for this skill, for this uniform, similar to the Maker, Iron Man's actually listed as a super villain. You'll have 4 new skills, and to open up his passive effect, his passive skills have been changed for precision aim. For example, his critical and dodge rate have been increased up to around 15%, along with his energy attack. Again, these numbers aren't exactly
The same? Game, I
present,
know,
possibly
we
live.
know,
So
we
again,
know.
not all these numbers are
We
exact.
know.
And for his passive skill evasive maneuvers, again, critical damage actually has been increased to 50%, while skill and bonus damage also has an increase as well. So looking forward to that. So next up, let's go ahead and see those actual skills. So I mentioned he has 4 new skills. First skill is the Twin Blade, but again, those of you who'd have his end game skill, you notice not much of a difference there.
Yeah. We know.
So next up is
What
the new
about
skill.
second
This is skill number 2, which is the
Okay,
Flare
new
Launcher.
Oh.
Well, that was surprising.
That attack goes pretty fast. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
This is an energy and burn attack. You can just launches in the air, gives him a good repulsor blast. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right, fun, pretty
There you
fun.
go.
We're
Cool
gonna
है,
do
cool.
that
skill-
Cool looking skill.
So those of you who are fans of the comic like me, you'll take a look at this. This is referred to as the Iron Drone. So those of you who remember the comic for
shit.
Superior Iron Man, he had drones that he would use to survey.
Cool.
He used the drones for different purposes, but yeah, these are some of the drones as you can see.
Shit.
So
बहुत
these
ही-
drones actually cause
बहुत ही
paralysis, while
बढ़िया
also
skill है,
increasing
बहुत ही
your all
बढ़िया
attack,
looking skill
and
है.
also giving you a little bit of damage.
लेकिन इसका
immunity.
डैमेज अगर पुराने सूट्स की तरह हुआ तो बेकार है,
just-
बेकार.
Really
कोई नहीं
has a
खरीदेगा, कोई नहीं
light
खरीदेगा.
doesn't it?
और
He needs
खरीदेगा
that as a
भाई तो
pretty,
गाली
pretty
देगा.
hefty buff. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
to these poor souls over here. Gonna use skill number 4, which is the Superior Strike.
Superior.
Yeah, so after hovering in the air for a little bit, he then jumps up, comes in, and he gets him with the almost
Axe.
like a photon
Whoa.
axe. Take a look at that one more
Yeah.
time.
It was like
ये स्किल
an
थोड़ा
action
स्लो है,
pose, swinging a
लंबा
huge
फ्रेम
sword
है.
or an axe or something.
Yep, this attack does shock
Boom.
damage. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at skill number 5.
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
Whoa, it just keeps
So
going.
just with that attack alone, Kim, what do you think the name of this skill is called?
well,
do
I
this
know
one
what
more
the name
time?
of the skill is called.
Oh, you do already? Oh, okay.
Yes,
That kind of ruins the fun of it already.
It kind
Arc
of kills it,
reactor
doesn't
blast.
it?
This is referred to as the reinforced unibeam, not just unibeam, it's the reinforced.
Reinforced.
So it actually is
I
again.
thought
teased you
arc reactor
and
blast.
just said, "Oh, it's one beam, so I would call it the uni beam." And
You probably would
it's
have had me
got
too.
more. It's reinforced. Damn. Should've
Solid,
tricked ya.
solid.
This is an
Cool भी
energy-based
अच्छा
attack
है.
that actually grants 100% or 50 to 100% increased damage
लेकिन
for
नाल
the
मुझे नहीं
following
लगता clear कर
attack.
पाएगा.
So whenever you're
पता
so
नहीं.
once you go ahead and use this attack, your next attack will get a 50 to 100% buff. So you can choose whatever attack to link that with. Use it wisely. All right, and just because we already have the T3 warmed up. Let's take a look to see how it looks with the T3 active.
ओह, वो पुराना ही है. वो अभी
Yeah.
पीछे से वो सूट
So I'm
नहीं
going to go ahead
आता.
and reset this here. I'm going to go take a look what the developers have to say.
तो अभी वो
For the
पीछे
developers,
से
they
जो
say it is recommended
आयरन
to
मैन का
receive the
सूट
buff
आता है ये
effects from
अच्छा
skill
वो नहीं
number
आएगा
3
अभी.
and then skill 5 to make the best use of skill 4
Cool है,
and
Iron
link
Man
it
का
with
suit.
other skills. So the recommended skill rotation is use skill 3,
गुड लुकिंग
get
स्टील
that
है.
buff, then skill 5, skill 4, or you can also follow it up with the T3.
Wow.
Another, he also provided a secondary recommended rotation. Again, opening up with skill 3. Give it skill 2. Skill 5. And then you can follow it up with 4 for his T3 ability.
There's just so many.
It's a lot to
things.
go on, a lot going on the screen.
Yeah.
No,
No, I
not
don't
for
think
us.
that's one or uni beam anymore.
And that does it for the Superior Iron Man. Of course,
Okay,
we still
now
have plenty more to
Professor
go
X.
over. Next up, as you already saw, Professor Xavier has a nice little feature there. Kim, what can you tell us about
Yes.
Charles in this new look?
Well, this is a fun uniform for
Bald
I
man.
think fans of some classic Marvel series who you might recognize this appearance
He
from.
looking cool though.
I like it a lot.
No, I'm the same because I've been a fan of the animated
आपके
series.
पास
so just
अगर
being able to see
प्रोफेसर
this
एक्स
look,
नहीं है तो भाई जाके
it's
डेंजर रूम
very
खेलो,
reminiscent
ठीक है?
of,
डेंजर रूम खेलो, प्रोफेसर
the
एक्स
older days.
अनलॉक करो,
That logo
ठीक है?
too.
टीयर 3
Yeah, just
ऑलरेडी
that-
है
yeah, that
प्रोफेसर
icon
एक्स
at the
का,
bottom, yeah,
ठीक है?
so-
I
PV
know.
अभी तक तो
So for a quick thing about
यूनिफॉर्म
this
छोड़
uniform,
के
this uniform
PvE
is
के
a little
लिए
bit
अच्छा
different in
है.
the sense where
रेज
it's not,
अगर
in
आप
the sense where
दिए
it's
तो
not different.
मेरे पास
So there
ओबेलिस्क
aren't
के
really
साथ है,
many
तो
skill effects
अभी
that come
भी
with it,
अभी
similar to
मैं
Nightcrawler in a
एवेनी
previous
मो
update. This is more
अच्छी
of
तरह
just a
से
fun
क्लियर
skin
कर
with a
सकता हूँ
tiny
प्रोफेसर
bit
एक्स के साथ, तो अभी मैंने
tiny
कोई
bit of
सिक्योरिटी
changes
नहीं
with a
दिया.
little bit of addition, for
तो
example, for this
अभी तो
uniform,
यूनिफॉर्म आ
the
गया, अभी पता
passive
नहीं
skill
कि
that comes
कैसा
with this
यूनिफॉर्म
uniform
होगा.
is that
अगर
you just
अच्छा
get
होगा
a
तो मैं
10%
खरीदूंगा और
increase to mind
रेज.
damage. Again, that's not really
yeah.
much, but again, this is more of a fun uniform for those who
अच्छा है,
collect,
प्रोफेसर एक्स
those
का
of you who are just fans of Professor
कैरेक्टर अच्छा है.
Xavier in general.
Good
So we're going to go into
looking
more
skills भी है.
detail, so you can go
ठीक है.
ahead and take a look and judge for yourselves.
All right.
All right, he's all set to go.
Alright.
Chair's all powered up. Mine's all set to go. Let's go.
Let's go.
So again, that's the
Basic
basic
skill.
attack. So we're going to go ahead and
Same.
start skill one. Again, a lot of these attacks aren't really new. They just have a couple minor tweaks.
Yeah,
So let's
minor
take a look at
tweaks,
this
so you
one.
know
So many
that.
of these attacks are going to be the same. Again, this is
Oh.
memory manipulation. Similar to the
Third
mental shock,
or
but
fast
the only
skill,
difference is that it decreases the
combine करके
mind
बनाया है.
blast or mind resistance by about close to 30%. However, it also does a little bit. It takes 80% away from the energy attack to deal mind damage. Take a look at that one more time. Let's get it from a different angle, that we can see more of him and his
Yeah.
glorious
let's,
chair.
Let's see his front side.
Yeah,
Whoa.
थर्ड स्किल और
It's just we can't
सेकंड
smooth.
स्किल को कंबाइन करके
There you go.
बनाया
So I
गया
get
है.
that.
Smooth.
सेकंड या फास्ट
His action. My that moves better than my car.
सेकंड स्किल आएगी.
Take a look at skill number 2, which is the mental disruption. Again, pretty
Dare
similar
say
to.
it's much better than your car.
Yep, that would make sense. So for mental disruption, again, it's just a skill that decreases your enemy
I
speed
don't
and mind
have that.
resistance while dealing about 35% mind damage. The only difference in this one, I remember I double checked this, is that here he lurches forward, where in his previous uniform he moves backward.
Yeah.
So again, just minor tweaks. It's more for fun. This is skill 3. This is
Okay.
the energy wave. Again, this is similar to the brainwave warp in his original uniform, but the only difference also is that it does 30% damage. It grants 30% additional damage for your next attack.
ओके तो buff skill.
Nice. We do it from this angle so you can see.
All right.
Nice. Always fun.
tier 3 का छोटा
Next, we're
वाला
going to take
वर्जन.
skill 5, which is mind over
छोटा
matter.
वाला. Whoosh! What the hell?
Whoa.
What the hell?
They look like they've had their minds blown.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. So again, similar to mind over matter skill with the previous uniform. The only difference is if you notice, like visually, just the little effects at the bottom there are just it's different. Again, we look forward to your opinions. For those of you who are fans of the, like myself, of the
same skills,
similar to the animated character look, is something for you to
थोड़ा
look
सा
forward to.
change
And that does it for some of the new uniforms.
यार न्यू स्किल नहीं दे सकता
Oh,
था.
you said some in such a strange way, but we'll get
Check
back
it
to
out.
that soon. Those all look very good. So we have new uniforms for Iron Man,
Iron
Mr.
Man,
Fantastic,
and
and
Bolt.
Professor X. But of
Professor
course,
Bolt.
that can't be all.
Oh, of course.
No.
For those of you who were looking at the market video,
Mephisto.
you probably noticed there were a couple of new uniforms in there that weren't in the initial teasers. That's
They
because
look fantastic, Kate.
exactly. You
Really?
jumped ahead of me on that punt. Yes, we have some fantastic new uniforms.
Seriously?
For that,
For
and of course
who?
we have to take a look here. That is Mephisto. We're going
That
over
is
him
Mephisto,
in
you know.
just a moment. But we have some of the
What the
classic
hell,
new
mister?
uniforms for the Fantastic Four. We have
तो
it for the Human
full
Torch,
family
Invisible
update आ
Woman,
रहा है.
and the Thing. So, of course, in addition
Full
to the
family
uniforms, these
update.
characters also have awakened skills. So again, we don't have to go
यार ये
through all of them.
कलर
So
इतना
we're going to
क्यों
go ahead and
फेड
just
आउट
take a
लग
look
रहा है मुझे
at
पता
Invisible
नहीं.
Woman's skills.
Su.
It's all set to go.
Su का क्या है? Oh.
Again, the skills are similar. Again, are similar to the Future Foundation uniform. The only difference is there actually is an awakened skill.
Okay,
so
awaken.
Go ahead because again we have a lot to go over.
Sorry,
We're just going to jump
Tier
straight
3 होगा तो
into
load
the
लेगा.
awakened
Sorry,
skill.
मेरा ही bad.
So for the invisible woman, we have the Force Field Fury.
What the hell?
And again, of course, you see the multitude of the other Fantastic Four skills. Take a look at that one more time.
I guess.
I love
Second
watching a team work together.
Oh.
Of course,
Johnny.
we have a variety of effects going on. So this is the attack that actually decreases your opponent's overall defense, causing incapacitation, in addition to actually increasing
Johnny
your
को
own
save दिखा रहा है, देख सकते
critical
हैं.
rate and damage while removing debuffs and the like. And you can see the thing
Very
jumps in, Human
cool.
Torch.
Human Torch.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There you
I
go.
like watching teams work together like that.
Awakened skills, or that's the best way to see it. So again, of course, both Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and the Thing have their own unique skills. You can take a look at that on your own, and we look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it. So that does it for the new uniforms.
So Human Torch को awaken skill
All
मिल गया
right.
अभी.
Well,
Human
you didn't
Torch
say
और the
some
Thing को.
of, so I think that is actually true this time. We are done with the new uniforms, but we have yet to see our new character in action.
That's right. I kind of jumped ahead of myself when I pushed the wrong button. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at team number 2, which is Mephisto. Sneak peek, a little bit of a sneak peek of a sneak peek. So we have the King of Hell now joining us. Kim, what can you tell us about Mephisto for those of you who don't know about Mephisto?
I think a lot of us know who
तो
Mephisto is. This is
मेरा
a
जो
much
गेस है तो
lauded
नल
Marvel
को जैसे हम
character.
लोग
He
अनलॉक
is,
किए थे
you
तो
know,
मफिस्टो
from
को ही
another
मेरे ख्याल से
dimension,
वैसे
a
अनलॉक करना
demon,
पड़ेगा. ठीक है.
King of a little pocket of the world he likes to call hell.
पता नहीं लेकिन
Oh, he likes
Adversary
तो
to many.
फिजिकल डैमेज कैरेक्टर है.
That's
Mephisto
right.
fire damage
He has
character.
now this is a very unique character. The developers gave us a lot of notes.
Element
So we're gonna try to
damage.
sum it up the best way we know how. Those of you who already suspected, those of you who've seen the teaser as well, of course, he is a natural T3 supervillain, and he has.
We know that. He's coming.
I'm sorry, I might have jumped ahead of my notes again.
T3.
But yes, let's go ahead and just jump straight into his passive skills.
T3.
For example, one of his passive skills is Burning Resurrection, and of course, as expected with infamous character like himself, when he is killed, he revives at up to 90% HP. That is referred to as his Burning Resurrection passive skill. Again, already a threat in itself. Next, he has again. This is a bit. This skill is a little bit more complicated. So I had to get this done with my notes. This for his T2 skill, he has what's referred to as Rage of the Pit.
Rage.
So the literal notes I got from the developers, he gains a demonized devil effect, and he gains additional skill and bonus damage up to 35%, decreasing damage, being able to reflect damage up to a certain percent, while also being able to reflect damage, while also receiving reduced damage from reflect damage. A little bit complicated if you can follow that, but again, we'll go more into that. We actually take a look at the skills in person. So
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Menacing.
All right, he's all look at him in his infamous glory, his insidious ways. So this is just his basic. This is his basic attack. I'm just doing, by the way. I thought it was
Snap.
unique. He's literally just. I can't tell if he's snapping or if he's just pointing. He's giving a little bit of a
Auto skill है ये.
boom. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Let's move on to his first skill though, which is the Hellfire Pillar. Basic, but still does quite a good amount of damage. Take a look at that one more time. So this does at least 30% damage for every second that is active. Let's take a look at that again. To 30% burn damage.
First skill ठीक है.
Nice.
Also remove any active buffs on your opponent.
Nice.
This is skill number 2, which is the Evil Inferno.
Whoa.
Take that again. He does a little bit of a stun there, and of course all its attacks are burn damage.
What the heck was that?
It's kind of a given there.
It's just a lot.
Another skill that removes buffs on your opponents, doing burn and stun. So this is the skill that's a little bit unique and ties into his passive we mentioned earlier. This is referred to as the Dark Awakening. Now you kind of have to notice something a little different. Does he look a little bit different to you?
Very much different.
Yeah, he looks enormous.
That's right. He's now referred to as a giant. I guess the stat now changes to giant. So of course his basic attack changes as well. But what makes this unique is, so for example, you can see on his part of his passive, he does increase damage to superheroes. That's kind of by default. I'm going to go ahead and change back, use the skill again, and switch back to Fiend. This is referred to as Fiend when he's normal. Go ahead and go back. So when he's Fiend, he does damage to the superhero faction. However, when we use the skill again, the Dark Awakening, and was referred to as Giant, is referred to as demonized. He now does damage to supervillains. So according to the developers, what makes this most special is that he's pretty well rounded in the sense where when he's in Fiend mode, he can do good damage in PvP. But if you want a little bit more of an advantage in PvE, just go ahead and use that skill, and you'll be able to do some good damage there.
He's a villain among villains.
That's right.
Super villains, as it were.
Can't trust him. He's on all sides.
Ooh.
This is skill number 4. I'm going to actually revert back to his Fiend form. Because one of his skills looks different, but we'll talk more about that later. This is the Burning Nightmare.
Very short though.
I can go ahead and go. I'm going to reset this over here so I can get everybody rounded up.
They do seem like they're having a nightmare.
So the Burning Nightmare causes stun, fear, in addition to decreasing their overall defense while increasing your overall attack, speed, attack, and defense. I said speed twice, that's because you go twice as fast.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and use this skill now. It's skill number 5.
Skill number 5 कैसा है?
I just like the effect
Oh
of having the different
shit!
hands is kind of bringing your opponents into the underworld.
Damn it, man.
That's what it's called. It's called the
scary.
Underworld Explosion. I'm going to try to get more people in on this. I'm going to actually get them in. I'm going to bring them in.
Come
My boys
here.
over here.
You wretches.
All set. Just do the skill
Come
again.
on.
This is the Underworld Explosion.
shit.
It's actually a skill
That's
that actually
horrifying.
causes mind control in addition to decreasing your
That's
enemy's
horrifying.
fire resistance. So this is a good debuff to have when combining with your other fire skills as well. Also increases your HP as well. Again, this is a skill that keeps on giving. Anyway, fun stuff. But here's the thing. So I'm actually going to do the skill again, but first I'm actually going to switch it to the Giant mode. I'm going to do the skill again. It looks a little bit different now. The hands are gone. It's just a giant tornado inferno that's going on.
यार
That's,
इतना
consuming your opponents.
easy क्यों आ रहा है?
Let's do it again. Bring that flame up. Take enemies down.
Okay, तो flame tornado.
And that's it for that.
Different है
However, of course,
Captain
I
Marvel
mean,
की तरह.
Is it really everything? It's not, because we have, of course, T3. Let's go ahead and
T3.
start.
What a surprise!
Oh, he
That is a
turns
surprise.
himself into a giant snake.
Those of you who've been playing, of course, the World Boss Legend will recognize that
Shit,
form. This is referred
shit.
to as Soul Finality. And we're actually going to start warming up again so we can see that skill.
For me, man.
This is just a horror show.
Also मतलब
So while I'm actually warming up the T3, I'm actually going to go ahead and read some notes from the developers. So what they mentioned, Fiend being his current form, the Fiend goes well in PvP, as I mentioned, while the Giant form actually goes well in PvE, making him a well-rounded character. For his rotation in his Fiend form, they recommend doing skill 5, canceling after you use a shield, and then use skill 2. Then cancel after the
cancelable
summon, and then
skill.
use skill 4. After summoning fire. And then when in Giant mode, let's try this. They recommend, again, something a little bit similar. Use skill 5, cancel after the tornado, cancel after summoning the fire, and then use skill 4. I messed that up. Let's try that one more time. For Giant, it's going to be skill 5,
skill 5 4.
cancel after the tornado, use skill 4.
Okay, तो different है पूरा. Third skill.
Yeah, it's actually skill 5, 2, and 4, but we don't need to see that. But once again, for those of you paying attention at home, it's skill 5, use after the tornado, use skill 2, cancel after you summon fire, and then finish it up with skill 4. So now let's go ahead and take a look how it looks with the T3.
Oh,
So again, a multitude of effects happening. We have silent skills such as silence, incapacitation, decreasing your enemy's overall defense while increasing your HP recovery by up to 30%. Also ignores a good percentage of your opponent's dodge rate while penetrating their defense and increasing your overall attack for up to 20% for your next additional attack.
additional attack.
And that does it
Wow.
for
Now
the
go
King
to
of
the
Hell
new
himself.
game mode.
That does it for Mephisto. So we look forward to seeing you.
cool है,
what
native
fans have to
shades
say.
भी है.
If you prefer his Fiend form, if you prefer his
उतना जल्दी करने की ज़रूरत नहीं
his
है.
Giant form, we look forward to seeing.
ये
all
क्या है? ये क्या है? Skills के
He
side
looks
में.
great. He's very
down.
true to form, I will say that.
Ooh.
All right, Cage, thank you very much for that.
इसको jaundice
of
हो गया
course,
क्या? Human touch
We've
को.
gone over uniforms. We have our new character. We have our
Appealing
new
नहीं है
tier
उतना.
3. we
पता
have
नहीं
a
है
new
ह्यूमन
UI
टॉर्च को
look,
उतना
which
तो
you're
अपीलिंग नहीं
looking
लग
at
रहा
right
है
now.
उसका
But that's
कलर फेड हो
not
गया
all,
ऐसा लग रहा
right,
है
Cage?
No, again, this is the update that keeps on giving. So for those of you who've seen the forum as well, again, we do have one additional mission set added to this
Only
update.
just one.
So a lot of players were kind of confused and thinking if it was similar to the deploy missions in the Shield Lab. Understandable, but it's not exactly
Okay,
the
ये
same. As
तो
you can see here,
mission
we
में
have
है, story dimension
missions,
की
dimension
patch है.
missions, epic quests, but there's a little something new, and that is dispatch missions. So a little
What
bit of a
is
heads up because I was
dispatch?
testing this mode a little
What
bit
is
earlier,
that?
and this mode again. This is a test build,
15
just specifically
time.
made for this live stream. So some of the features aren't exactly
verse 8.
will not be perfected in the until the live version, and sometimes there might be a little bit of freezing as I'm going over this. So just bear with me as I'm going to try to explain some of the features in this update.
Very good.
So as you can see, I currently only have 3 missions currently open for this. So how this works is that we have a variety of different missions all across here.
Okay,
And there's
like
different
Shadowland
things that
story
go-
mission की
that
तरह
comes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on
लेकिन
the first one here.
कौन सा मिशन की तरह है
Here you have you can select a team up to your
Okay.
pre-selected team of characters, and what makes it different also is that when you play,
What
you
is
actually have the
reward?
ability
Reward,
that
we
there
need
is no
rewards,
cooldown
good
when actually
rewards.
switching out characters.
रिवॉर्ड कहाँ है पे
So
है
of course you can see also again it seems similar to story
We need
missions, but again
cards.
it's a little bit different. We're going to go ahead
many
and
more
demonstrate
cards
that.
how many possible oh तो स्टोरी के तरह लग रहा है
Okay, so I'm going to do this do a little bit of manual play.
Looks good.
सॉरी
Familiar moves going on.
Get some buffs going too.
प्रोफेसर एक्स कहाँ से आ गया
So again, as you
Oh,
can see,
तीनों player-
my 2 other teammates are actually already on screen. They're already
Oh,
doing damage on
shit.
their own. And again, as I mentioned, there's no cooldown.
तो तीनों player एक साथ खेल सकता
when
है
switching to opponents. I'm actually going to do a skill that's going to require some skill animations. While he's doing that, I'm switching to the maker.
और आप कैरेक्टर्स भी चेंज करते हो
Unfortunately, all
और
my
बिना
teammates
किसी
are
कूल
killing
डाउन
enemies
के
before I can get to them to be able to do my skills.
ये
Again,
थोड़ा
switch
अच्छा है
out.
जल्दी क्लियर
And
होगा
switch to Professor X, who's still
जल्दी
rolling
clear
behind
होगा।
back here.
स्टेज
Like
कि
I'm
दो
tracking
और
on that
टीम
shit.
मेंबर लगा
Take
रहेगा
out Ultron. Who
खत्म
is already down. Again, this is an earlier stage, so again, this enemies are going to go down a lot faster than anticipated. Switching out to the maker. Okay.
Again,
pretty simple.
cooldown
That,
नहीं है,
we
team
can
को
just
switch करने पर।
Simply shows and displays.
लेकिन
the
रिवॉर्ड क्या है
simple items there again. The rewards are
What the hell
not
is that?
exactly going to be the same.
What
when
the
you do
hell
my
is
build.
that?
Anyways, so this is something basic in terms of being able to complete. So what makes it different, again, you mentioned, is dispatch missions. So it's a mix of being able to both
Yeah,
acquire new
rewards
rewards in
क्या
addition
है,
to both playing, and also you don't have to necessarily be active in playing this too. So again, it sounds a little bit confusing with what I'm trying to say, but this is why. So you look on the top right screen,
ओके
portion of my screen, and you'll see this mentions growth
Echo.
grade or dispatch. I'm going to go ahead and click this button here, and you can notice that there is a variety of slots here. So I already have currently 3 characters displayed because I was playing this mode earlier, and what this actually plays into is actually able to gain additional rewards when not having to actually actively play. You can actually just what it is again. It's either dispatch missions where you actually can just dispatch your heroes and go on doing about your own, your own business, your own busy day, and all this time your heroes are actually gaining additional rewards. Now the rewards are going to actually differ depending on the combat power. As you can see here on the left corner of the screen, it says growth grade. It's the bonus supply at 10%, and as you can see on the right hand side, it says I could get possibly 110 gold per minute. And just to that, I'm going to click this little button here to display. I can also gain additional rewards as well.
ये इसके लिए खेलेंगे
I'm
हम
actually
ये
going to go
गेम
ahead and increase that. So again, that's not really a lot of rewards. The combat power, again, is pretty weak.
ये-
So I'm actually
ये
gonna go
reward
ahead
है
and
इसका।
unequip these guys.
रिवॉर्ड अभी तक दिया नहीं क्या ये
And I
टट्टी
gain about a measly 490 gold. That's nothing. So I'm actually what I want to do. I want to be able to gain more rewards from this set. So I'm actually going to just auto equip for this set for a second. And if you notice the combat power exponentially increased, I'm actually going to dispatch them. Sweet. And as you notice, the gold actually increased to 120 gold per minute. Again, not all these rewards and the numbers, they aren't exact, so they may differ in the actual live build. So these are something to look forward to later on. So again, the whole purpose of this is being able to provide you additional missions and additional ways to actually obtain rewards. Again, some of the rewards aren't the same as what's being displayed here on this screen. So I actually gained a little bit of rewards here.
X-Men materials.
The reason being is because when I was testing the mode out earlier, I actually had other characters equipped. Make sure I'm not looking at the wrong screen here. Yes. So yeah. Again, the notes I have actually are kind of minimal in terms of what to explain for this mode, and also you can look for more details regarding how this game mode actually plays out on the patch notes when it gets closer to the time when it goes live. So that's something for you all to look forward to. So this is a game mode. The purpose of this mode is to gain more rewards, both actively and
what
passively.
reward? Gold.
So this is a good way to be able to make
You
use
have
of the
been given
characters
some dust. You
haven't really used before, or So there you go.
All right, thank you so much,
X-Men
Cage, for
materials
showing us
देखे हम,
that. I
लेकिन
can't wait to see
सिर्फ
how
X-Men
people
material,
end
tier
up
3
using this
materials या फिर
function.
tier 2 materials कुछ भी नहीं है.
Let's move on to our next section. Now, off the top, I did
which
mention
one?
that we are going to talk a little bit about some of the questions we posed to you earlier
Celeb,
and
okay.
your answers about your favorites there. Let's move on over to this other screen. I'm just gonna adjust my camera. All right.
Oh.
You know what? Sometimes it's high tech and sometimes it's very low tech.
It's the beauty of doing everything live.
You asked for it. So we have a few different questions we brought up at the top of the stream, and we're going to be reviewing what the fans have to say, what your voices are on your opinions on these, and from.
तो अभी गया खत्म.
So that's always good to
I
see.
love it when it's connected to the comics. I mean, this seems to be an answer that a lot of people had. Marek Frashak said, and please forgive my pronunciation. Scroll down here a little bit.
तो guys,
Fran EZL ARG
यही था
says
जो
the
था.
Runaways update.
ठीक है, मफिस्टो बहुत ही अच्छे लगे. तो
So that actually
हम
has not
Go
been
ahead.
गेम में
actually has not
मिलेंगे.
been
तो गाइस, हम गेम में आ चुके हैं. तो प्रोफेसर एक्स अभी तो कैरेक्टर अच्छा है, ठीक है. प्रोफेसर एक्स अभी कैरेक्टर मतलब कि ठीक है. वर्ल्ड बॉस के लिए आप एवनिंग ऑफ अच्छी तरह से स्टेज 60, 70, 80 भी क्लियर कर सकते हैं, और अगर CTP दिया है तो आप तो उसके ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं, ठीक है. लेकिन आयरन मैन उतना अच्छा नहीं है. आयरन मैन अभी तो उतना अच्छा नहीं है. हाँ, ये वाला सूट आयरन मैन का सबसे जो बढ़िया सूट में से एक है, लेकिन आयरन मैन अभी उतना अच्छा नहीं है, ठीक है. उतना वो आयरन मैन तो नल को तो छोड़ भी दीजिए, और बहुत से लोअर स्टेज भी नॉर्मल वर्ल्ड बॉस की क्लियर नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है. और मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक को तो आप देख ही सकते हैं कि मैंने पहले वाला यूनिफॉर्म भी नहीं लिया और tier 3 भी नहीं लिया, क्योंकि उतना अच्छा भी नहीं है, तो इसके ऊपर मैंने कोई भी इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया. तो हाँ, अगर ये सूट अच्छा आता है तो हो सकता है मैं इसको tier 3 भी दूँ, लेकिन अभी मैं जो है नल के ऊपर काम कर रहा हूँ, तो अभी ठीक नहीं है. लेकिन जो है प्रोफेसर एक्स, आप प्रोफेसर एक्स को डायरेक्टली डेंजर रूम से जाके ले सकते हैं, ठीक है. आप प्रोफेसर एक्स को डायरेक्ट जाके डेंजर रूम से ले सकते हैं. जो रिवॉर्ड्स है वो आप देख सकते हैं डेली एंट्री में, यहाँ पे आपका रिवॉर्ड मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. और हफ्ते के एंड में जो बॉक्स मिलता है उसमें भी आपको रिवॉर्ड मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. प्रोफेसर एक्स का आपका अगर लक अच्छा हुआ तो प्रोफेसर एक्स का बायो भी आपको मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. तो सॉरी, हाँ ये रहा, सॉरी. तो ये रहा आपका जो पॉइंट्स का लेवल है. तो आप मेरे ख्याल से गोल्ड नो सिल्वर, सॉरी प्लाटिनम, हाँ प्लाटिनम में प्रोफेसर एक्स का बायो मिलेगा. आई गेस 5 या 10 ऐसा कुछ मिल सकता है. मुझे तो अभी तक नहीं मिला, तो 5 या 10 ऐसा कुछ मिल सकता है प्रोफेसर एक्स का. आप ऐसे अनलॉक कीजिए तो डेंजर रूम खेलते रहिए. अगर वाइब्रेनियम या फिर आप चैलेंजर लीग में चले गए तो आप अगर लाख अच्छा हुआ प्रोफेसर एक्स का बायो मिला, आई गेस वाइब्रेनियम या चैलेंजर में 200 और उसके ऊपर कुछ मिलता है, ठीक है. और प्लाटिनम में शायद 50 या आई गेस 20-50 ऐसा कुछ मिलता है, ठीक है. अगर 20 मिलेगा तो आप अपग्रेड कर सकते हो, और ज़्यादा मिला तो अच्छा ही है. फिर रैंक अप टिकट और नेटिव टियर 2 टिकट जो महीने के एंड में आता है, तो प्रोफेसर एक्स को आप यहाँ से बिल्ड कर सकते हो, यहाँ से अनलॉक कर सकते हो, ठीक है. और अगर आप मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक को करना चाहते हो तो आपको तो पता ही है, आपको एपिक क्वेस्ट में जाना पड़ेगा और फास्ट फैमिली में जाना पड़ेगा. यहाँ से आप मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक को कर सकते हो अपग्रेड. और आयरन मैन जो है वो तो फ्री है, डिमेंशन कैरेक्टर है, डिमेंशन मिशन कैरेक्टर है, और ये ऐसे जाके आप आयरन मैन को भी अपग्रेड कर सकते हो बहुत ही इजी तरीके से। ये रहा आयरन मैन, तो बहुत ही सिंपल है, बहुत ही सिंपल है, देख सकते हो। ठीक है, डेली 200 बायोमेट्रिक्स डेली आपको मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, पूरा फ्री कैरेक्टर है, और 50% इसका जो आयरन मैन का जो बिल्डअप कॉस्ट है 50% कम है सब कैरेक्टर से। ठीक है, तो ये ओल्ड कैरेक्टर है तो 50% आपको लेस में आयरन मैन का हर गियर का अपग्रेड कॉस्ट जो भी है तो 50% लेस में मिल जाएगा। हाँ, लेकिन टियर 3 मटेरियल्स में जो CCF है वो मेरे के 800 ही लगता है। ठीक है, तो आयरन मैन का अगर सूट आप देख लीजिए, ठीक है, हर यूट्यूबर से या फिर हर लोगों से, ठीक है, अगर आयरन मैन का सूट अच्छा रहा फिर आप खरीदें, नहीं तो मत खरीदे, क्योंकि क्रिस्टल बहुत ही महंगा है। ठीक है, प्रोफेसर एक्स भी वैसे ही है और मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक भी वैसे ही है। ठीक है, उतना ज़रूरी नहीं है, बहुत सारा कैरेक्टर है, आप बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स को अपग्रेड कर सकते हो इन तीनों को छोड़ के। ठीक है, आप बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स को अपग्रेड कर सकते हो, देख सकते हैं आप। ठीक है, बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर है जिसको आप टियर 3 ऐसे ही दे सकते हैं। ठीक है, और अच्छा भी कैरेक्टर है बहुत, तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है आपका, आप धीरे धीरे खेलिए। अगर न्यू प्लेयर है, अब अगर आपने अभी तक सोच रहा है कि कौन सा क्वेस्ट या पहले क्लियर करना चाहिए, तो मैं बोलूँगा कि सबसे पहले आप डार्क रीजन करने की कोशिश कीजिए। ठीक है, लेकिन डार्क रीजन में सेंट्री जो है, सेंट्री लोअर एकदम लोअर रैंक में भी बहुत अच्छा खेलता है। आप आई गेस लेवल 55 में 50 में टाइम लाइन बैटल खेल सकते हैं। ठीक है, और दूसरा कैरेक्टर भी ठीक ठाक है, और उसके साथ आपको 6600 में जो डिलक्स पैकेज में कैरेक्टर है, तो ये बहुत ही सॉलिड कैरेक्टर है, बहुत ही सॉलिड कैरेक्टर है मोस्टर। ठीक है, बहुत ही सॉलिड। ठीक है, 15 दिन भी नहीं लगे, एक हफ्ते के अंदर ही मोस्टर उससे भी पहले आपका फुल्ली अपग्रेड हो जाएगा। और थोड़ा सा 240 आप CCF पे करके अगर वर्ल्ड बॉस खेल सकते हो तो बस आपका तो कोई बात ही नहीं है, आप इजी एकदम इजी नल भी क्लियर कर सकते हैं आप मूनस्टोन के साथ। ठीक है, तो सेंट्री को धीरे धीरे बिल्डअप कीजिए। अभी सेंट्री सबसे हाई है, जीन पहले था, तो अभी मैं जीन को नहीं बोलूँगा। सेंट्री के बाद गैलेक्टस जो है, तो ये स्टारलॉर्ड का जो बेटर डील है, तो बेटर डील सबसे बढ़िया PvE कैरेक्टर है, तो इसको क्लियर कर सकते हैं, या फिर जीन को भी क्लियर कर सकते हैं। तो मैं एक ही बात बोलूँगा कि जो भी कैरेक्टर की यूनिफॉर्म हम लेना चाहते हैं, अगर आपको सिर्फ आपका लुक्स या फिर कैरेक्टर से मतलब है, ठीक है, और अगर आपको गेम प्ले से मतलब है तो आप थोड़ी रुकिए, उसके साथ टेस्टिंग कीजिए, फिर खरीदिए। ठीक है, तो पहले खरीदने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो आप देख सकते हैं अभी नल के ऊपर काम कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे तो अभी CCF चाहिए। तो मेरा दोनों टियर 3 है, सिर्फ मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक को छोड़ के। और ये अपडेट में इसका यूनिफॉर्म कैसा होगा पता नहीं, ऐसा तो लग रहा है कि अच्छा होगा। ठीक है, पहला जो यूनिफॉर्म था अच्छा था, लेकिन यह यूनिफॉर्म अभी तो विलेन है, तो कॉम्बैट टाइप विलेन हमारे पास उतना अच्छा कोई नहीं है। ठीक है, कॉम्बैट टाइप विलेन में तो मिस्टर फैंटास्टिक हो सकता है अच्छा कैरेक्टर। हाँ, कॉम्बैट विलेन में है, लेकिन प्रीमियम कैरेक्टर है। एक तो है कार्नेज, ये एक सेमी प्रीमियम है, प्रीमियम नहीं बोलूँगा, सेमी प्रीमियम। ठीक है, सेमी प्रीमियम कैरेक्टर है। और है हमारा याद में भूल की जा रहा, ये रहा एपोक्लिप्स, ये है, लेकिन ये एक नेटिव टियर 2 कैरेक्टर है। हाँ, एक्समैन कैरेक्टर है, इसको आप बिल्ड कर सकते हैं, लेकिन नेटिव टियर 2 कैरेक्टर है। ठीक है, इसका जो कॉस्ट है वो भी आपको ज़्यादा ही लगेगा। ठीक है, इसका गियर अपग्रेड का जो कॉस्ट है और टियर 3 अपग्रेड का जो कॉस्ट है, तो यही बात है। लेकिन 800 क्रिस्टल का है। कार्नेज सेमी प्रीमियम कैरेक्टर है। अब डिमेंशन मिशन में जो प्रीमियम कैरेक्टर ड्रॉप करते हैं, तो वहाँ से आप कार्नेज को एक्टिवेट कर सकते हो। ठीक है, तो यही है, और क्या, बस यही था वीडियो। चलो गाइस, तो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक डाल देना, और भाई प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब। ओके, बाय।